Good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. We're going to wait a few seconds for my co-host Susan to come on, and we are going to do some live questions and answers. We're going to do some collective reads, and if anybody wants a mini read or a message from their person, we'll be doing those as well. So please jump on. Have your questions ready and let us know if you're looking for a little bit deeper. We can do a few paid readings here. Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Hello.
And one heck of a weekend as usual.
All right. I got my new little light. Let me see if it works.
Oh, yay.
Yeah. Let's see. How's it turn on? There we go. A little bit better.
There you go. Let there be light.
Right. All right. Oh, good. All right. That's a good one. Forgot I bought it.
All right. Yeah, there you go. Let's hope this one keeps a charge.
How is everyone? And so we are on at a different time. One question per person. Happy Sunday morning. Let us know what's going on. We are going to do a collective and then some freebie questions, as well as Larry might do a light language after that, a Reiki session, and then we might close it out with a couple more collectives depending on what questions we get. So how is everyone?
I had somebody with tick as the as their name. The tick joined. So she wanted to slap those away. But hey, what are you gonna do? Yeah, I've been finding my morning long reads have not been getting propagated out. But if I do the same style read at night, I get hundreds and hundreds of views. So you know it's at the TikTok algorithm.
Well, or I think people, depends on when you post and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So it looks like we have a lot of people joining. So welcome, everybody. We're going to be doing some free questions for people who have them. We have some time for mini reads, what's blocking love, messages from your DM. And so those are available. The price list is up on the screen. If you want to get one of those, it's going to be a little bit more in tune and a little bit deeper than just the free question. We're also going to be doing some collective readings. So we're going to start with that while you get your questions ready. And we'll go from there. You might get a light language activation if we get enough people joining, as well as possible Reiki clearing. So with that, let's get our cups of coffee out. Let's kind of clear out our eyes a little bit.
I think we're going to start gathering it on more like shares and questions and interactions like most people do. So that way we can help the algorithm. So please like, share, help out, and follow us, as well as make comments.
Yep. See my little temperature gauge up there. I want to see that thing move a little bit today, if we could. That has
I got a little bell.
Oh, you got a bell. Nice. Very nice. Let's ring the bell. Ring the bell.
It clears the energy. So I'm like, all right, whatever we need, I'm going to get it.
All right. So let's
let's start.
Let's see what we got. I'm going to pull a collective situation and love deck because everybody comes here with love issues because I'm Larry the Love Doctor.
There you go.
And so let's see what's going on for somebody out here that needs this message, that doesn't want to ask what's going on in their situation. Give me 3 cards, Spirit. And this is the situation love deck. It's going to just kind of give you what's going on in your situation. I've got the 3 cards I asked for. So first one we have is camera, remembering, reminiscing, making memories, learn from the past, perception, right? So somebody's definitely keeping an eye on you, watching you, maybe looking at some old photos you guys took together. However, whatever that is, it's the dragonfly, right? So it's lighthearted, adapting, finding out change. Really, when you see dragonflies, it's an agent of change because the dragonflies change so much throughout their entire lifespan, and it's a very quick lifespan, so it's a quick change. and blowing the kiss. Unconditional love, giving and receiving fairness, love, affection. So whatever is going on, your person is thinking about what you had and is looking to change what you had into something a lot stronger, a lot more unconditional. So hopefully that resonates with somebody. And again, please like, share, and follow. Make sure you're also liking, sharing, and following Susan. I want to see that gauge move up. I saw one pop up, so I incremented by a couple here. Let's keep that going. And with that, who has a question before we get to the next collective reading? And throw a question in, and Susan and I will pick one person per chat, because each one of us has our own chat. We don't see the other person's chat. And we'll pick somebody who we're drawn to and pull a read. Okay, so I have one question. Do you have any questions there, Susan? And hi, CC, for joining.
No,
and please like, follow, and share. Okay, so I have Kayla, who's asking, are me and Christina over for good? Well, let's go ask the universe, and let's see what the universe wants to say about that. And for those of you who are still out there on the limb, put some questions out there. And
I think I have one from Louisa, so
okay,
it would be good for me. All right, Louisa, I'll get to it once Larry's done this.
All right, let's see. Are Christina and Kayla over for good? Wow, the universe got a lot to say there, and I always, when it throws out this many, I may throw it back. Yeah, I'm going to throw this one back because it's all over the place. Let me ask it one more time. Come on, universe. Are Kayla and Christina over? And then I'll explain what I saw before. And yeah, this is what I saw. So it's a nope. You guys aren't over. And what the universe gave me in all those 8 cards was 6 months, 2 months. So basically it's going to be an off and on, back and forth for a little while. So enjoy the roller coaster ride. You guys are going to get together, break up, get together, break up, get together, break up. And so I'm just going to ask one more question. So will they survive all these breakups, universe? Give me a yes or no. And universe says stop asking. So you're going to have to experience that roller coaster ride for yourself. Let us know how that makes out. And perhaps maybe, somewhere down the road, another week or so, maybe you want to get a mini or a full read to kind of understand the situation, to help you understand your blocks. One of the ones I would suggest is, because you guys are on a roller coaster, it's what's blocking you in love read, right? And that's going to tell you where your blocks are, and then we're going to explore what we can do to get rid of those blocks. So with that, please like, follow, share, subscribe. Donations are absolutely wonderful. We love those donations, and I'm seeing my bar moving a couple more, so that's wonderful as well. And I believe Susan has a question.
And so Louisa is about, October be a good month for you. So yes, confirmed. So get out of your head about it is what I'm hearing. And then that's the crown chakra. So a lot of clarity is coming through, but let's get you a little bit of guidance. So let's do work your light and see what message comes in for Louisa, what she needs to know. All right. Will October be a good month for Louisa? What does she need to know? It's Imra. So where are you getting called to? So basically they're trying to push you where you're getting called to journey to. So in October, you're really going to get pulled. Make sure you're paying attention to your nudges. You are just being shown to rest and retreat right now. Okay. We're still in the end of September, and it's saying wait, postpone, pause. So say no to things that you don't want to. Use your discernment and rest. Okay. There are going to be things coming up in October for you, and you need to pay attention, but you need to use discernment, because you will have some things that you're, have to see if they feel comfortable in your soul, or what's going to be options. So just check your options that are coming through. That's what they're saying. All right. So then that's for Louisa. Let me see if there's any more.
Yeah, I have one on my side.
Kentucky.
And Jessica's looking to see if her chakras are open. So I don't even need to look at a card to tell you that, Jessica. Yeah, most of your chakras are open, but most of them are unbalanced. What you're going to need to do is balance those chakras. Those are things that we have to do almost on a daily basis because it's like your aura, right? It fluctuates from second to second. And what you need to do is you need to consciously try to clear those chakras. If you hang on to the end of the or somewhere towards the middle of this live, maybe that's a good one that we can work on to start clearing either through light language or through Reiki, where we could do a quick just kind of chakra rebalance. Nothing deep, but we can do a quick one.
Okay, I have a question over here. Angela wants to know if Fred will reach out soon. So I already pulled it. So the universe really doesn't, they're saying it's unclear, as well as the response is unknown. So they're still working on this person, getting back to you. So they must be in the healing. So it's not anytime soon. I'll pull some timing and then a card for you as well. Let's see. When will Fred reach out? Ooh, that one wanted to fall on the floor. Yeah, time has been delayed. So that's why, but it is in the nearest future. Trust that it will happen when the time is right. Divine timing is at play. So this is on the top. And this is where it's split. And then came out, time has been delayed. So he's in his healing. All right. So you need to let him be, surrender, let it go. And it'll happen sooner than you think. If you keep holding on to it, you're going to delay it. So let's see.
Yeah, divine timing's a tough one because, we want to control everything. And that doesn't help us because it actually winds up blocking us as we try to control things. So we just kind of have to let it go and just work on ourselves. And as we work on ourselves, things miraculously start to happen, but it has to be letting go of that attachment.
All right, so there will be some pillow talk. So it will be coming in. You just have to trust. It's more closer to winter time, which we're kind of in the fall right now. I'm seeing more of an awakening. They are thinking of you. And there will be a new beginning. Okay, so these are the cards that are on top. So we got pillow talk, winter. They are thinking of you. They're going through an awakening, so you need to let them heal, and then there will be a new beginning. Okay, and it says true love. So just trust. It'll come in when it's meant to come in. Will my mother-in-law stay where she is? All right, do you have one on your end?
I do. When will I be able to move on? All right, so let's ask that timing question because, so while I'm getting my timing cards, I want to see which ones I want to pull for this one. Let's see which timing cards I want to use. I think I'm going to use the wishful clock. Okay. And when we ask for timing questions, right, it's going to be with a grain of salt. Will you be able to move on? Yeah, I'll tell you right now, you will be able to move on. When it's when you release the attachment. And let's see what the cards say, because sometimes these spirits going to tell you pretty much similar truths. And Spirit is saying, after taking a different path, so it seems like you're repeating the same thing over and over again. And what you need to do is you need to kind of take a step back, take a breath, and look at the patterns, right? Those patterns are something that you're meant to heal. And if you don't heal it, you're going to keep on taking the same path over and over again and expecting a different result. You won't. It's the definition of insanity. However, if you do start to recognize the patterns, a few months later, you're going to be able to move on. But you have to heal the trauma, right? And the trauma is what keeps you stuck, because you have something that is an emotion, usually abandonment, rejection, that's stuck in your field. And until you clear that, that contract is going to stay in effect, and it's going to get stronger and stronger until you address it. So look for the patterns. Hopefully that pattern, you're kind of recognizing that pattern now. And if you are, then a few months, but start working on healing that pattern. If you look at my channel on YouTube, I have a spiritual healing channel, Light Language and Reiki, and it's going to have a lot of healings for different situations. It's no charge for that one, but if you want your own personal one, I can do that as well, where I bring in the codes that's required to help you move on a little bit faster. Each of those are choices. So with that, what do you got on your side, Susan?
I have Annie, who wants to know, will my mother-in-law stay where she is? All right,
that's a good question.
my mother-in-law stays where she is. For sure. Yeah, thumbs up. So that's what you kind of were looking for. That was the messages for that. Let me know if that resonates. And as well, you're welcome. You're welcome.
And thank you guys for following. I see my little meter moving just slowly inching forward, but we want to get those likes and shares.
Hold on. Evil Eye Tarot 6. Which deck was I using? Let's see what this is. This is I don't think.
And when you're done with that, I have a question.
This was just a yes or no deck that I ordered. I'm not really sure. I don't think it has a name on it. Or the Fated Encounter. Is that the one you were looking for that I was pulling from? I think those are the only ones. Or the Divine Timing deck. As well as the Work Your Light. So let me know if those make sense.
All right. So Heather would like to say, do you see a move for you within a year?
Oh, thank you.
So let's ask the universe. Is there a move for Heather within a year? And let's see what we got. Heather. So again, this is where the universe is really slapping us silly. The first card that came out was a no, and then it says many, and then it says stop, and it says of course, right? So we're going to re-ask the universe because I don't like those answers because the universe is just having some fun with us today. It's a Sunday. I'm gonna really go back in here. Do you see a move for Heather within a year? And stop busting her chops. Again, we got many, but it's not the right time yet. So there's still something you need to do where you're at. So Spirit, it's a lot of us get busted by Spirit because Spirit wants us to make our own decisions through our own intuition. I have one of my clients that even after I give her a read and it's exactly what her own intuition has told her, she still second guesses it like 10 or 12 times in between. And you're just like, the universe is slapping you silly to trust yourself.
We've all been there. We question ourselves, but it's to trust yourself.
Yeah, and so just go within, start connecting within. You'll feel it in your body, and what you want to do is look at when you overthink. I'm an overthinker. I think a lot of us are overthinkers, right? Because we're in so much trauma, or we're trying to control everything. And so what you do is try to use your body as a thing. So if there's something you want to know, ask yourself that question, and then look towards it, right? Look towards your body. Are you leaning forward? Are you leaning backwards? If you're leaning forward, then you're being pushed towards it. If you're leaning backwards, the energy's against you. You can also look to, if you're not someone who can be aware of that, you can also look at your, where do you feel in your stomach? How does your body feel? Are you uneasy, or are you happy, or just content, peaceful? If it's peaceful, then it's probably a good idea. If it's not so peaceful, if you're anxious, then it's probably not good energy. So those are different ways that you can do it. Everybody has their own way of getting that information. So hopefully that helps you, Heather. But we're all overthinkers. Don't feel bad. We all get into what we call mind loops, and those mind loops are just things that are put in your path by yourself to help you clear things, because the more you focus on it, the more maybe you're aware of what that pattern is, and then the more you're aware of what you need to heal. Ooh, I just released on somebody. Feel it right there. Okay. Do you have a question?
Wait for a couple more questions. Thank you, Evil Eye. And then we're going to do a little bit more of the collective. So I was looking at 1023. So 23 in this angel guide or angel numbers is you're being guided by ascended masters at this time. Trust the path that you are on is perfect for your current situation. So make sure you guys are trusting where you are on your path. Okay, we got the crown, which is opening. And we also got charm. So the unicorn comes out, and that's my spirit animal. It's basically saying be in your authenticity, all right? You need to be not like anyone else. As well as Archangel, might as well came out yesterday. Archangel Gabriel's coming out today. So he's watching over you. There is some love just for you. So you are a starseed, all right? And there is something coming in that is just for you, as well as a pink flamingo or a flamingo. I'm not sure why this keeps coming out. And then we're doing the tarot cards. So a lot of you have some tests, okay? We've been going through some tests. You feel like you're a little bit beat up, but just trust it's all happening for you, okay? There's going to be a career opportunity that's coming in. So trust everything's happening, and make sure you're putting your boundaries up for whatever you feel is not for your highest good, whatever's getting taken away for a reason. All right, you are going to be weighing your options. So never think that you're not going to have options. And that's in love and career, okay? Where we get lost on that twin is thinking there's only one person for us. There is not. So get out of that mindset. That's going to create that issue. So you need to be persevering through all this stuff and make sure you're knowing these are just challenges to get you where you need to be, and you are completely protected. And that the sun will be coming out on the other side. So just trust there is good. This is all for your good. You will be celebrating soon. And yeah, you have the 3 cups. So keep nurturing yourself. That's going to keep you stable. And your clarity is going to be coming in, as well as a career opportunity or love offer. So communication is coming in because the universe wants to give you the world. So trust that. Trust it.
Yep. And just to reiterate what Susan said, she's right. There is more than one divine counterpart. Most of us get fixated on a single twin. Most of the time that's a catalyst, and many times as well, that's a trap, right? You're being trapped into focusing on one thing and not allowing the universe to work. And when you do that, you actually block yourself. And yeah, that person may come in after tons and tons of healing, but you actually may miss out on something a much higher frequency that's more in line with you down the road. And so, try to just be open on that conversation. I know it's so super popular right now with the twin flames. I mean, I even do like twin flame readings, but my readings, I don't tell you what's going on with your twin. On my readings, I tell you what's going on with you and what's around you in your field, and how do you help yourself, because nobody cares what's going on if your twin's cheating, your twin's doing whatever, because it doesn't matter. The thing that you have to work on is yourself, and as you work on yourself, you'll see the opportunities that come through. So for Jenny, I saw your post here. We wonder if there'd be some positive news. You've been getting knocked down lately. Yeah, we know the feeling, and we feel bad for you. So I asked Spirit, is there some positive news coming for you? And Spirit said, yes, peaceful outcomes and relaxation aids decisions. So Spirit wants you to kind of go within. You see how the person's meditating a little bit there on that deck. It's the bottom part where it says yes. Spirit wants you to really just get in touch with yourself, calm, peaceful nature, maybe some what do you call it, solfeggio tones, something that's going to aid you in just kind of, bringing down the stress levels, because I don't think we've been getting knocked down, but you're a lot stronger than you think. And I also pulled a message from your higher self to see if we can get some encouragement. And this is from your future higher self. And it's saying, this is your time to step up and lead from your soul, right? Which is, what does that really mean? It means that as you start getting more in touch with yourself, as you start going within, you're going to start to find that these problems are going to start slowly go away. I'm not going to promise you it's going to happen overnight. It never does. Anything spiritual. A lot of times you get knocked down a couple times first, and then you gradually start to move into that space, because the things, your darker aspects of yourself want to stay in a comfort of trauma. You have to, allow that to just move its natural course. And sometimes it's uncomfortable, but if you stay at it, you stay persistent, you've got a lot of positive coming through for you. Just allow it to happen, right? Don't, like the other one, don't overthink this. Just allow it to happen. Try to stay in a mindset. And if things get bad, go get yourself you like a cupcake, go eat a cupcake. You like to see a movie, a funny movie, go watch a funny movie. Try to kind of shift your energy a little bit. It's sometimes difficult. I've run into a lot of problems with that myself, because when it knocks you down, it knocks you down. But whatever little steps you can do and set an intention to be better and be happier, it's gonna take effect. It will. It just may take a little time. So I hope that helps you, Jenny. Please like, follow, share, and subscribe.
Yeah, so just stay in your joy. That'll bring it in faster. I have Tilly who wants to know, will their financial situation improve? So Tilly, that's really in your mind. So yes. So that's kind of how you mentally think. So if you think it's going to get worse, it's going to get worse. If you think it's going to improve, it's going to improve. So make sure you're staying positive in your mind. And I'm going to get you one from this money moves and see what's going on with your money. What kind of guidance we can get regarding what's going on financially. Okay, so whatever's happening is happening. If there's tower, if there's things being taken away, you have to trust that it'll come back tenfold, and know that the universe is taking something away for something better to come in, or something that's more aligned with you. All right. Let's see, there's a bunch of, okay, yeah, you're shedding. So they're releasing, and you need to be releasing these losses, okay? That's not, it's meant to be. You're shedding this for right now, okay? They're trying to get you to be more independent. Those cat energies coming through, but this is short-lived, so trust this, okay? There's changes coming in. There will be new opportunities coming in. Looks like a new partnership, so whether this is in business or in love, there will be a helping hand coming through, so trust that. All right. And then it looks like, wow, there's a lot came out. Follow your heart. All right. Find your true passion. They want you to really find what you're passionate about, because that's going to bring the finances in a lot better. When you truly are not focused on the finances and you're focused on actually helping people or doing something that you love or a passion project, then you'll notice that things will come in that much faster because you're not obsessing about the money part of it. Okay. So you're searching, be observant to what's going on, seek and you will find. All right. It will be illuminated to you. Just know there are many choices as well as solutions that are coming. And there is a new beginning. So get out of this kind of blocked mentality. Wow. All right. They really want to talk to you.
Yeah, I think it's time to do a little collective love read. Let's see what's going on in the energies of love. I'm going to pull a couple decks worth here. So, Spirit, can you give me what's going on with love for the collective, the ones that are watching this right now, what message they need to hear? And the message I got is life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life, create unnecessary stress, go with the flow. You will be surprised where it leads, right? And so I think we've seen a lot of this today in some of the questions that we have. You just have to kind of sometimes relax the control and allow it to flow, because, it's a cycle. It's like the old biorhythm of the 70s, right? There's ups and down cycles. There's always going to be an up. There's always going to be a down. And you just have to know that if you're spiraling down, sooner or later it's going to get to a flat spot, and then you're going to spiral back up again. It's a wonderful thing if you can allow it to happen, and that's where we always get stuck, because we're so afraid of that spiraling down. Oh my God, we're going to hit the ground and I'm going to be splattered. No, you won't be splattered. You might be a little disheveled, but you're not going to be splattered, and you have the ability to pick yourself up at any given point in time. It's always one choice away. And lovable grand rising to you as well. Let's see what we have here for the rest of messages for the collective from a perspective of love. What other love energies want to come out? And we've got 3 cards. So for some of you, they're saying honor your loved one, and you will notice your relationship becomes stronger. So if you're in a relationship right now, be really aware of it. Honor that relationship and the strength. If you're not, guess what? Divine soul counterpart attraction transcends superficiality. I'm all tongue-tied today. So for some of you, that divine counterpart, and remember what we said before, that there's multiple options on divine counterparts. It's not always just that one. So you need to be open for that attraction to happen. You can't have doors closed. And if you're open, commitments coming in. And when we say commitment, it just means moving a step up from the next level. So if you've got nobody, somebody's coming in. If you have somebody that you have, most likely is going to move to the next level, whether that's, hey, we're officially dating, or hey, we're not just hooking up anymore, we're actually a couple. Or if you're a couple, maybe they move in together, or whatever the next stage, or maybe even to the wedding ring. It really depends on where you are in your stage, but that commitment option is open and available to you. The question is your door open enough for that to happen? Right? And then I'm going to get a timing card for that one, because I think everybody would like to know, all right, well, I either have somebody or I don't have somebody. And if I don't have somebody, when are they coming in? And if I have somebody, when's there going to be a commitment? So let's just ask Spirit, can we get some ideas of when this cycle is opening? I got 2 cards here from Spirit. And Spirit is saying, after experiencing a temptation, so be very careful, people, really look at, and usually Spirit will test you, especially around commitment times, will test you with a good choice, and we'll say a challenging choice, right? We won't say bad. We're just going to say challenging. Why is it challenging? Because it's going to spin you back to the same pattern that you had before. And Spirit's going to test, are you going to choose that same path you've chosen lifetime after lifetime after lifetime? Or are you going to finally recognize the pattern and move to the healthier choice? And as another dig, Spirit saying, after you overcome the last trouble, which is basically saying the same thing, that can you overcome this temptation? And if you can, let's ask Spirit, what happens if we can overcome that temptation? Can we get a timing on this? Spirit gives me 3 or 4. So Spirit's saying, for some of you, it's going to be December of this year at dusk. Well, December's pretty dark. The light's not shining if you're in this part of the upper hemisphere. Yeah, we're in winter, so yeah, it's a little bit darker. So in December for some of you, and for some of you, it's April or 9 months later, and we all know what happens at 9 months later. So watch your fertility. So if you don't want a child, you might want to use a little protection. So those are the answers for Spirit. Hopefully that resonates with somebody. And let's see if we have any other questions. Otherwise, maybe we'll go to some activations.
Yeah, well, let's see. But just know there are some star seeds that are meant to come in. So what's meant to happen is meant to happen. Let me see if there's any other questions.
And good morning's reading with Saul. And Kat would like to know, will I get approved for a good and affordable place to rent by October 11th on her birthday? Well, your birthday's coming up. Well, hello, Kat, and let's see what's going on with your birthday here. So hang on a second here. Let's see. And she says that would be a miracle for her in 9 months. Okay, so let's see where I want to do the...
Never know.
Yeah, you never know. Like I said, so will you get approved for a good and affordable place to rent by your birthday, Kat? Well, if nothing else, we wish you a wonderful birthday. Spirit is saying no on the... Let me see if I can get a timing on the affordable place to rent. And the message on that is obstacles too large, seek another way. So there's something going on in the obstacles, and we're gonna peer into that real quick and see if the universe is going to give us anything. I just got to figure out what set of cards is going to give me that. So Spirit, can you give me the timing of when that apartment that she's looking for, the place to live, will appear? So, Kat, I'm getting your wish requires you to pay a huge price at the end of this month, time of the full moon, and 15 months later. So it's anywhere between this month and the end of this month and 15 months from now. But this wish requires you to pay a huge price, and I'm just wondering what that huge price is. Has anybody asked you to live together or something else of that effect? Because that potentially could be your solution. However, I'm just gonna ask Spirit, is that, because it's what kind of popped in my head when I said that, and that might be the price you're gonna have to pay, and it might not be a good price. Let's see, Spirit, is that somebody asking her to live together? Spirit's saying take a chance. So I'm going to ask a yes or no again with my yes or no, because I don't want to maybe on this one. Spirit, is there somebody asking her, or will there be somebody asking her to live together? And yeah, Spirit's saying yes. So, I don't know if this is a roommate. I don't know if this is a boy. I can't tell you which of the two this is. I'll ask, is it a boyfriend or a roommate? Let's ask. I'm getting a yes, so we'll see. You're going to have to keep us in touch with this. Is it your ex-husband? Let me see. Is it your ex-husband? And that would definitely be a big price to pay. Spirit says yes again. So, I don't know if you want to pay that price. Only you know that answer. I wouldn't know that answer, but that's why I think you got that cryptic message. So keep us in touch with where that goes. I'll see what the energy of that situation is. I'm gonna pull that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and what is the energy of this situation, Spirit? Sword in the Rose. Clarity and truth, revelations, honor and protection, determination. Give me one more card, Spirit. So what else is going on with this? Maybe pull a card too, Susan.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got not enough, lacking confidence, self-sabotage, ego, fear, and frustrations. So these are the two cards I have. Sword and Rose. That's always an interesting one because for me, when I see the sword and the rose, it means you're going to get clarity, but it may come with an edge to it. It's not always be careful what you ask for because you may get it and it may not be what you want.
Well, sometimes the universe gives us what we need versus what we want.
Yes.
All right, shine down on me. All right, let me pull an angel card for her and see what guidance she needs to know. Nathaniel, angel of eternal youth, feeling whole, healing sun and star energy, reversal of degenerate disease, pain-free. I'm sending you healing star fire to burn away feelings of separation from source, which is the root cause of all disease. Okay, so they're saying, they're trying to heal you, so there's too much from you being separated from source. So you're not feeling into your energy, you're not trusting yourself. So they're sending this energy down to you to help. So really get out of that negative mindset, because when I do somatic, or Larry does a light language as well as Reiki, we have emotions that are stuck in our bodies, and it can be actually cause disease in our body. So your negative mindset also can do that, send you down a negative path. So make sure you're thinking positive and you're believing it. Write down what you want to come out of it, and then trust the universe that it will come through. And trust that anything that's taken away is meant to be. All right. So they're trying to bring you in harmony. So just trust that and not to worry. This vitality. So they're trying to bring in this wisdom. There is a plan B. So just know, just trust. There will be options, but this is coming in for you for your highest good.
Alrighty. So thank you, Lovable, and Shine Down on Me for the roses and the gimme ticket. We appreciate that. And Shine Down on Me says, "Oh, love the energy sent and very connected to source."
Yeah. So let's get some for the collective. So Archangel Michael's coming through. Reveal your truth, restores faith. Okay. So they're trying to restore your faith. Okay. So you need to really work on your connection to source, go out and ground, and have the courage that everything that's coming to you is meant for you. So call on Archangel Michael whenever you feel afraid, lonely, and despair. He'll give you the protection as well as the courage to get through. And then this one was peeking out. So what is this? Archangel Barbiel, Archangel of Passion. So know that you're just going through a metaphor transformation, okay? And they are with you, helping you heal and get into this higher consciousness.
All right. Let's pull one energy card or two as well for the collective, and then maybe we'll do a little bit of a collective activation. I have an idea of something. I'm just going to try to gel it out while I see what the energy is. Spirit, can you give me the energy that's showing itself for this collective? What is the collective energies for today? For those that are watching, one more card, please, Spirit. Okay. And so what we have is we have the seventh chakra, right? So if people don't know what the seventh chakra is, right, we count from the bottom up. These are the major chakras. There's thousands of chakras, but if you notice, it's the crown. So the crown's coming in. I believe Susan pulled that this morning or just earlier when we started from one of her things. So it's just another confirmation. Okay, the next one that's coming in is the sun, right? It's been a lot of rain around. I don't know by you, but by us it's been raining, but the sun will shine, even though there's a lot of water. She's in a pool of water. Why is she in a pool of water? That's emotions. So the sun's going to shine down. You're going to pull all that emotion out, and you're going to clear it. Maybe we'll do that as a clearing. And blossoming abundance, right? And a lot of people have been worried right now. They're in a lot of fear. Is my pot of gold coming in, so to speak, the ship, the boat, the train with all the money in it? Can I find that leprechaun with a pot of gold? It's coming in. Just trust that it's coming in and release the fear. So I think with that, perhaps what we're going to do today is we're going to release whatever your greatest fear is that's holding you back. I think that's probably the best light language I can do at this point for the collective, because there's a lot of fear going on, fear around house, home, employment, love. And so let's dig deep into that, and let's see what we can do to kind of clear out the deepest, largest fear. And how do we clear that out, right? It's all by awareness, right? So what's going to come up is going to be an awareness of whatever it is that you are afraid of. And then it's then up to you to then take that awareness and release it and understand the trauma behind it and heal, right? So what we want to do is set that intention to become aware of whatever it is that we are truly afraid of, we are truly not wanting to face, that we're afraid that is going to happen, come crashing down, and we're going to shine a little bit of light on that, right? So we're going to not only shine a light, because what happens with darkness when the light shines, it goes away, it fades away because it can't exist within the light. And so we're going to shine that light on that darkness, and we're going to make it fade away. You're going to use your own intention, your own energy to clear that. We're going to ask for our higher selves outside of polarity to come in and to help us heal whatever it is that our greatest fear is. Please be alert that you may feel an emotion come up either here or at any point, some body sensations. This is completely normal. Some people burp, some people flatulate, some people hiccup. There's all sorts of different reactions that you get within light language, and that's just your energy clearing that thing that's keeping you stuck, that thing that's holding you down like a boat anchor is going to go away little by little. So with that, we set our intentions for the highest and best good of all, for no harm to anybody, with the frequency of love to create this healing from our higher selves outside of polarity, to remove that greatest fear and to help see that light of day come through. Shapa ayapa ne eushu papa ya hapa ne bauji papa papa ya pawo pau ya ne ni papa 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 no papa papa usha papa 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 cha papa 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 hopa shapa papa 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 usha papa 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 hopa ne baba ishi papa 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 usha papa 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 usha papa 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 pipi pipi papa 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 hopa ya papa 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 all right, so that was a system clearing. It was a new light language that just came in over last weekend. Did another healing, another couple light languages came in. This one is more of a system-based one, which is going to clear out some of the systems that are keeping you stuck. It's going to remove some programs, and it is going to keep working. So let us know how you experience that, and put that in the comments. Please like, follow, share, and subscribe. And if this felt really good and you felt like this has helped you, consider doing a personal light language. I do personal light language, very similar to what you just heard here, but much longer and much more intense and deep. And I do that for 50. Susan does reiki practice. Her, I think, what's 55 per your session, and that's either over Zoom, the phone, or in person if you're in the area. So please reach out for that. And with that, do we have any more questions? Or I'm just releasing like crazy on that one. Somebody's really having a tough release. I must have had about 3 burps on that.
All right, and then I'm going to we're going to work on the crown. So we're going to get into the tuning fork for the crown to open that up. So let's see how everyone feels after the light language. I definitely cleared some, burped a little bit. If anyone has any questions. Got some 4 people. Thank you, Shinedown, for all the love you're sending. All right, so the same thing that Larry, listen to the light language. Make sure you get onto his YouTube. And then we will be back on tomorrow night, Monday, around 8 o'clock Eastern time. If you want to get on, we're going to be doing this at least 2 or 3 times a week. So make sure you're looking at our notifications. But everything's about, yeah, love learning. So the light language is great for listening, as well as the collective is helpful for you to understand where the energies are. And then this is what I use with my Reiki. So there are all different tuning forks for each one of your chakras. So we're going to clear this. This is the one that's coming up. So the divine is trying to send information down, and a lot of people have blocks. So your third eye and your crown are going to be opening more. So this is another thing to just listen to it, and your body will help release any kind of negativity or anything that you're holding that's impeding you getting the information that you need from your guides. Let's see. Oh, that's great. Thank you. Of course, love learning. All right. Thanks, Shinedown. That's really sweet. So let's do this, and we're going to listen to it again and just let us know how you feel.
Well, I feel it going on. As soon as you danged it, I felt it all tingly.
There you go. Ready? So let's see how we go. All right, so that should help open up. And I do that with my Reiki, as well as we have a soul purpose one. So it really helps open up your chakras, because on a subconscious level, we don't understand that we hold on to some emotions. So even during my Reiki, it helps release that. And even Larry's light language helps release that when you're on that subliminal unconscious level. That helps release some whatever blockages that are in your head. Yeah. So the crown is right up here. So you're going to hear that. You're going to feel the tingling, and know that there's a lot of stuff that's going on. If you are coming into your gifts, you'll feel that. You'll have, I know I went through and had some sinus issues, as well as, vertigo, when I was going through a lot of that stuff. So just know that whatever's happening in your body is just getting rid of those negative emotions, as well as negativity that's in your body, to open that up. Oh, you're welcome. Oh, she felt it in her head. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and that's a big thing that Susan's mentioned, and that's your body is going to be your kind of gauge as to what's going on within yourself. And as you're healing, as you're releasing, many people release in a whole bunch of different ways, but a lot of times you're going to feel it in your body, especially like in the upper chakras. You're going to feel it in the sinuses, you're going to feel it in the head, because what's happening is it's clearing what they call miasma, which is stuck energy that no longer serves you. So as you start to heal, that energy starts to kind of drip down and release, but many times it also causes a little bit of a sickness. Usually you got to get sick before you heal, and that's your body just releasing a lot of things that no longer serves it. So we always go to a medical professional, because you're going to need that to help your body release itself. If you don't want it to get too serious, because sometimes it just is what it is, and we need to kind of release it, but we need to make sure that we're doing it in a safe and positive way. So,
well, you'll also be shown, like I keep having sinus infections, and it's not good to be on antibiotics or these steroids. So I ordered coconut oil to swish around and do the pulling in the mouth. So that pulls. So no, there's always holistic. You'll be shown what you need to. So whatever's coming up is coming out to release. Angela, Will Miguel and I work out our marriage out. Okay.
Yeah, you should also look at the colloidal silver as well. That's fantastic for chronic sinuses. If you use a nebulizer with it, it gets right in there and kills all the bacteria that's normally sticking in there. That's a really nice one as well. The nano one's the one I like the most.
From COVID, yeah, I have that one too. All right, let's see. Okay, let's see. It says undetermined but proceed. So let's see what else we're going to get. All right. Yes, it says you're going to work things out, but it's saying undetermined right now. So things are a little, not undetermined, but there's a little frustration right now. So know that you're just going through this. It will work out in the end. So trust. Let's see what we can pull. The energies of what's going on. All right. So blinded by love. Let's see what's going on. I'm just going to do some of the starseed for the collective and close it out. Let's see what we got. What's going on? Yeah, bad news, fraud. So there might be secrets coming out, or he's working on something right now. It says, yeah, you were destined to meet. Okay. He's a fool for love for you. But he's going through something emotionally right now, and you need to let him heal from this. One of you feels like the one was pretending, maybe having a mask on. So if that's true, he needs to work on releasing that mask and being his authentic self to step into his power. And you can't do that. He has to heal on his own. They are looking for you. But just know there are secrets. So this is something he's working on. And you are depleted. So you need to go within and you need to really heal and work on yourself. He's just confused. He doesn't know where to go from here. So you need to give him the time to work on it. And then if this is happening, it's happening for you too, to go within and have this healing time as well. So make sure you are doing that as well. So anytime you're in a relationship or marriage or anytime, it's work. So make sure you're both, if you're being separated or there's something that's going on, it's showing you both something that you need to work on your own end and come back with compassion and see if that other person has grown or if they haven't, or if they're still in the same mental area. Then you need to know that you need to move on. Otherwise, if they are working on it together with you, then you know you can start working it out. But as Mallory was saying too, that's why it's important on the twin. You have to release and surrender it, as well as you have to know that the other person has choice on their end. So that's not, sometimes when undetermined or it's unknown, because that person does have choice in the matter. So don't ever push someone and think that they have to choose one or the other. Okay, you force something, you could force them in the wrong direction.
Yeah, it's a big problem, I think, in most of the what you would consider the divine feminine community. Actually, I think in the entire community is that you want to change somebody to the way you want them to be, and most time people show you who they are and what they are, but we don't want to believe it. We have a cognitive dissonance because we want them to be what we want them to be, and you can't change anything but yourself. And if you are trying to change that person, what are you exactly doing? You're saying, I don't really like the person that I'm with. I want them to be different. I want them to be the person I want. And so why are you with the person that you don't want and you're trying to change them? And at the same time, why would you do the same for yourself? Change for somebody else. Now, if you change for yourself, now that's a great thing. You recognize there's a bad behavior and you change because you know in yourself that this is what you need to do, then that's a good change, right? That's not something that's a healing change. But to try to change yourself to be what somebody else wants you to be, that's trauma because you don't feel good enough. You don't feel self-worth. And what you need to do is you need to change for you, for only you, and not for anybody else. And you can't change anybody else because they have to want to change themselves. And, if you can be in that place, then you attract what you want because you know what you want, because if you're trying to change somebody, you know that they're not what you want. So you've already got some clues of what you don't want. So perhaps pivot and find something that has the energy of what you want. And at the same time, don't pivot yourself unless you want to pivot, because it's something that inside of you makes you feel that you need to change because you see this as a patterning that has brought you to the wrong choice every time, right? And so there's healthy change and then there's unhealthy change. We just want to make sure we stay within the healthy change. And sometimes it's hard to discern what's a healthy change because society is telling you, well, you can't say that, or you can't do this, or you can't dress like that. But maybe that's who you are. And so if that's who you are and it makes you feel good and it's not harming anybody, well, then that's okay. But maybe you need to change something else, right? That's just words of thought to kind of live by because, we are all trying to be who society tells us to be, and that's what Spirit's telling us not to do. What Spirit's saying is to be who you truly are, and the only way you find that out is by getting rid of the traumas that are making you act like who you're truly not.
Well, and it's
easier said than done.
Ego, devil, however you're going to think about it, is going to say you're limited to this one person, this one thing, this one way of coming out. And that's, the universe is unlimited. So it's a matter of believing in yourself, giving yourself that self-love, and knowing that the universe wants to deliver that to you, that you have many options and it's unlimited, and that there's many ways it can come in. So don't get forced down that avenue of the devil trying to tell you that there's only one way for something to happen, or one person that's for you. And even that your twin or your person, they have choice. So that's why you have to keep surrendering and letting it go. Don't pull on them. Don't force anything. They do have choice and free will. And that's why it's really bad when those people are like doing spell work, trying to bring someone in. That's not for their highest good, and it's not what's meant to be. Then you are causing bad karma to come back on yourself. So be very careful and just surrender. And it's all a journey of self-love and working on yourself and knowing that whatever's meant for you is going to come in, and trusting, and that fool's journey of really that trust fall with the universe. Okay. So really have to get out of your head and into your heart space and just be in that joy.
So we got one more question here from Stephanie and Tremaine. Will our marriage get better? So I'm going to just see what the energies are real quick, Stephanie. And so Stephanie and Jermaine, what are the energies? So I've got 4 cards out of here, and I'm not going to show you the last card till the last second. So right now I see that perhaps you guys are in a little bit of separation. Let me know if that is true or not. Spirit's telling you need to free yourself, right? Because you put yourself into a prison. You see the unicorn there. That unicorn can jump out at any time. That's Susan's spirit animal. It's got a big sharp horn right there. There's nothing holding it in. It's just sitting there, laying there. Why? Because it sees the walls, but it's easily leaped over. There's no way that unicorn can't get out. But how do you get out of this? By forgiving and learning. Right? And what is forgiveness and learning? It's understanding and compassion. It doesn't mean accepting. It doesn't mean that you need to accept any behavior that was not correct, that was toxic. But what you have to understand is where that person was when they were behaving that. It might have been you having that toxic behavior. I don't know. However, if you can get to the space here, Spirit is saying that there is reconciliation coming into the space, but you have to free yourself first. It may not come as quickly as you want because you're going to have to face your own shadows, and you're going to have to find some forgiveness, and your person's going to have, your husband is going to have to find some forgiveness as well. Let me know if that resonates, Stephanie. And like Susan said too, there's a lot of options. Everything has happened already. It's all happening in the now. And so every potential outcome your soul has already manifested in so many different ways. It's for you to choose to be in the frequency of that manifestation of what it is that you want. And the way you do it is you release the darkness, the density within your body to get to that frequency of whatever it is. And it's not an easy path. Nobody's ever going to say it is. But if you have the will, the persistence, you can get there, and you can get there in this lifetime instead of waiting 1,000 lifetimes to do it. But you got to want to, and you got to show up every day, no matter what. And so, yes, she says he was cheating on you. So Stephanie, I'm gonna ask one more question. It's going to be a yes or no, and I'm going to ask, should you get back, yes or no? Because you have to also remember you have to value yourself. And Spirit's saying yes. So there's a good potential that this is a bump in the road, but you have to find out for yourself, and the way to do that is to go within and realize, is this something you truly want, or is this because you're afraid of being alone? And that's what wants you to reconcile, because many of us will reconcile because you think you won't find anything better. It happened to me when I was, through my divorce. And you know what? You get there, you're at a certain age, and you're like, oh shit, I'm never going to find somebody again. And you got to release all of that, because it's just trauma talking. That's abandonment. That's rejection talking. And what you have to really do is you have to find the happiness within yourself. And when you do, you'll get the right answer.
Absolutely. So let's get some collective messages. So just knowing that the starseed, your star keeper, so cosmic ancestors, they want you to really get grounded with this information. You see that? We were talking about the crown. They're trying to send this information down to you. And it's not that you're not paying attention, you're just not open to it. So when we're busy, we're moving the 9 to 5 and running. That's why it's so important to calm into meditation. It's to get grounded and receive those messages, okay? When you're busy, you can't calm your body down to receive them or pay attention enough, all right? So surrender to the sweetness, pleasure, joy. Again, this is confirming, stay in that joy. What brings you joy And that's going to help bring it in even more. And that's because if you notice, the angels are always in that high vibration. They're in that joy. That's what's bringing it in. So if you stay in that melancholy, not that we've all been there, just try and get yourself in whatever gets you into that joy. Yeah, just say yes to this change. This is an adventure that the universe is trying to get you into what you're meant here for. So jump in. Don't say no to this change. It is an adventure. This is Earth School. You're being Earth, learning how to be human in a world, but not fitting in. Okay, we are starseeds. We don't feel like we fit in, and it can be uncomfortable down here and negative. So we have to keep our high vibration as much as whatever's going around. So trust the timing, the wave you came on. All right, trust the timing that you're here, that everything's meant to happen as it should be. And a lot of us aren't being activated until we're into our 40s and 50s. So just know that. It's okay. We've been through a life. We've experienced stuff. There will be some younger starseeds that get activated earlier, but just trust everything's happening on a deep cellular healing level for you.
And shine down on me. What she's showing you is the Starseed Oracle. This is the card deck. Absolutely gorgeous cards on there. One of the nicer decks that has really nice artwork on it. I have a few other ones that are so complex I generally don't pull them out. Maybe one of these days I'll pull them out again.
Yeah, well, some of the ones you have to read from. I mean, some of them you can just take what resonates and see from the actual picture. Does anyone else have any questions? We'll do a couple more freebie, one per person. Just so you're looking on Larry's question, we do those. We will be back on tomorrow night. We do $10 for what's blocking your love, maybe messages from your person or messages from your higher self. You can do $20 mini as well as a $40 full. And then you can ask Larry or DM him for a personal light language, or myself for an in-person or over-the-phone Reiki. And then I also do some soul, readings too. So just reach out and send us a message. I am on Susan Teresa website, Mindset Reset Instagram, and then we will both be trying to go live on, not TikTok, but why can't I think of the
YouTube.
name of it? YouTube.
Wow. YouTube, yeah. Yep.
Again,
so
or this Sunday, yeah. The rain.
Yeah. So
I go golfing, and I'm like, I'm not golfing in the rain. Thank you.
So for those of you who aren't aware, we have a whole bunch of different social medias out there. My main channel for card read is TikTok, and then I have I basically do a mirror of each of those reads out to both Instagram and to YouTube. My YouTube is specifically geared towards spiritual healing with the light language. Nice meeting you as well. Shine down on me. That site, I have probably one of the largest light languages libraries in the world. I only know one person that even close to the number. He might have a little bit more than me, but not by much. So there's a lot of stuff out there that's for free that you can use, but if you really want to, and that's generic, like I said, just like the collective reads I do a collective read every morning on TikTok, both daily love energies and a long twin in separation. But the way I approach the reads, if anybody's watched it, it's not so much about what your person is doing, because I never resonated with those reads, because they get you all worked up and get you all angry. Why? Because, well, your twin's out there having fun and partying, and he's having sex parties, and they're smoking and drinking and doing all this stuff, right? And this is what you see on most of these ones, and they get you all worked up. Oh my God, he's having fun and I'm not, right? And the divine masculine, divine feminine is an energy. It's not a gender. And so my reads look at it. It's my own spread, and it's one I've developed over time, which is the right hand side. From my right hand side it's what I call the hamster wheel of karma. This is when you make the choice that brings you down the challenging path. And these are what you can expect in that challenging path. And if you look at the center gives you that bridge on how to get to the left side. And the left side is always what I call the positive path, that shows you the potential outcomes, the doors that are open there waiting for you to open. But if you've got a wall and it's not a door and it's not a window, you're not seeing what opportunities are out there. And so I show you how, in relationship to you, what the energies are, not what your person is doing, because most of the time that person isn't really your person. I'd say in 80 to 90% of the chances it's not. And at the same time, even if your person's doing that, you're not going to, it's nothing you can do to change it. So why get yourself bothered over it? You shouldn't be bothered. You should just be bothered with what it is that you can affect the change. And that's what my read is. It's much different than anybody else's. So, do try to experience that. And, at the same time, we are going to probably be doing another group healing on the 1111 portal. So if you're interested in really...
Right now. Yeah.
There you go. Wow, you can't make this up.
Like Larry said, we're going to be doing that, and just trust. Okay, everything. If it's triggering you, then there's something you need to heal. And then if you're on here, you're meant to be following me and Larry and getting some healing out of it. Okay, we're guides here. We've been through a lot, so we're here to guide you. So no matter what you're feeling into, don't get into too many reads, because that is going to trigger you. And it's also, again, it's a journey to yourself, not the other person. So if you're constantly focused on the other person, you're not healing, and you're delaying both of your stuff. So just be aware of that. You're in control, and most of the time we are our own hindrance. So once we start to get out of our own way, that's really a part of the main journey, is you're like, oh shit, I've been holding myself back. So stop focusing on the other person.
And you're right, Divine, shine down on me. Yes, your soulmate is you, your twin is you, right? Your twin is your higher self, your self. That is who you're truly meant to be in union with, because once you're in that frequency of your highest self, and that's the one outside of polarity, because the one inside of here, inside of the system, is still as confused as we are, because it hasn't escaped either. You want to get to the one that's outside of the system, and that's the one that's going to give you the most clarity. But once you find that, then the ones that are in your frequency, your true soul frequency, the ones that are going to give you the best experience will come in for you. You won't have to do a thing. They will just show.
Absolutely. So the more you work on yourself, the faster it'll come in. Don't let any distractions come in. Is there any other questions? Any questions on the collective? Any questions on light language for Larry, or, how we do our readings, or whatever you need, just reach out. Make sure you're following your signs and what you're guided to. So whatever you're getting guided to pull towards is a reason to listen to the messages. They are for you, and take them in, as well as the collective ones. Don't ever dismay them that you need a personal one. So a lot of collectives, it's about discernment. Okay.
Yeah, collective reads are just general reads, right? They're not going to read your energy. They're going to read the combination of everybody's energy. And even if you just show up here like for today and you didn't get a reading, but maybe one or two of the readings actually resonated with you. You were brought in to hear that. Like sometimes even our own reads resonate with yourselves, because when we're giving advice, all of a sudden, oh shit, I should be taking my own advice. Why am I not taking my own advice? And the reason being is that because, it's called, they call it a cleat-on. And that's, you hear something in what you're hearing for a collective, and it resonates, and then you take it with you. The private reads are always going to read your personal energy, which means you're going to get a lot more involved. And Shine Down on Me wants to know, when do we start to understand what we're saying in light language? Feelings, perhaps. Shine Down, some people never will understand what they're saying in light language, because what light language is effectively is a language that you've spoken in a previous lifetime. Right, so it's not something that you learn; it's something you remember. So as you start to peel back the layers, that's why I said that activation I did was something that happened, because I, even myself, I do my own. I go and do my own healings as well. I go to somebody to work on me, because you can't always work on yourself. It's good to do it, but it's nice to have somebody. We all go to somebody, and we all work with somebody to help us move forward, right? And so it's not a sign of weakness to do that. It's just that whatever resonates with you at that moment. But yes, your souls understand it, and like I said, light language is something that you learn, and as you peel back a layer, another language may pop up. Like me, I probably speak about 300, 400 of the different dialects now, and as I release a layer, a newer, higher level comes out. That's why that one was fast. That pop, 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 pop it's a system-based one, because you have two types of souls. You have ones that are subconscious-based, which are more around feelings and such, and then you have ones that have chosen what they call the system, and the system is exactly what it sounds, more like programming systems, infrastructure, right? And so each soul understands that portion of it, and so you'll get one or two of each type as they come in, like the insect ones are more the robotic system based ones. So but yeah, your souls do understand it because your souls have been around for billions and billions of lifetimes, and so they have the remembrance. The reason you don't have the remembrance is your subconscious is so fractured right now that you just, every time you go through trauma, it fractures, and you're trying to bring that subconscious back out of fractures into oneness, and that's what we're trying to do with healing.
Well, and everyone has their own gifts, so we all have the availability. And I have a question over here from Wendy that I'll get to in a second, but we all have our gifts, and we're all chosen. So there is no yes, but you have to choose this path too, and you have to do the work. Okay, so it's a matter of stepping into that, and it's a matter of helping and being of service. And once you get further along in healing, you'll start to get more and more. But know that, you know, I might not get the light language. Larry doesn't prefer to do Reiki, so it's really what you feel comfortable with and what your gifts are. I'm starting to get some mediumship stuff coming through. It's also, once you get into your Akashic, you'll know what your preferences are, what you feel comfortable, and what you're open to. Wendy is asking, are we really being tested by the universe or higher being? Well, it is our higher self that is trying to guide us along. And it's a matter of releasing and letting them run the show. Just know we don't have control. And that's the biggest thing. We think we do. Testing, I mean, some people like that word. I don't always love the word testing. It's not
really, I don't like it either.
Testing. It's really that it's our subconscious that's always going to bring in lessons and how to learn so that we can overcome whatever it is, whether it's releasing some kind of emotion that we need to, whether it's inner child. There's always going to be, so it's like almost like when you constantly get that karmic or that love interest that's constantly treating you like crap, or that toxicity, that is going to keep coming back in that same person or another person. And that's just the universe saying, is this really what you want? Is this really what you want? Are you going to lower yourself? Are you going to not shine, or you're not going to step into your authenticity? You're not going to put your boundaries up? Are you going to just say this is what you deserve? Okay. Or are you going to put your boundaries up and you're going to say, fuck no, I deserve better? And that's what the universe wants you to do. It wants you to step up. So a lot of these divine masculines, they have to step up into their power. We can't let them do it. It's the same thing with these divine feminines. They have to step into it. So you'll see a karmic, and if they're in the toxicity and they're not changing, then you know you need to separate yourself from that. That's a lesson. That's a lesson for you to walk away and know that you are worthy of so much more. Are you going to do that? Are you going to step into that? Are you going to trust that? A lot of people get stuck in their marriages, stuck in relationships. I mean, I had someone that said I should stay in a toxic relationship. I got out of it with 3 kids, being married and all that stuff. And I've tried to help women who are not even married to the person they're dating, you know, no kids, nothing involved. They're not, you know, and they still can't leave the person. And it's usually more, not physical, but more emotional abuse. So you have to know what you want to deal with in this lifetime. Do you want to put up with that? Or do you know that the universe, and then the universe will say, okay, they're ready for the next level. They're not ready for that better person to come in, but they're not going to do that until you release that toxicity.
Yeah. And just remember, you are the universe, right? And so you're creating your own experience, and the experience is, as Susan said, is created by your subconscious that is writing contract after contract after contract to put you in those darker experiences to get you to address it and heal it. And until you do, your subconscious is going to run amok. And that's why we got to kind of bring all that fracturing back into oneness. And as we do, we take control of our manifestation, because right now it's on auto mode for the most part on the subconscious. And no matter how consciously you want to manifest, if you're not working on that healing, the subconscious is going to you're going to be fighting yourself. And that's the toughest thing that you learn, is that you fight yourself, and you're putting the most blocks in you. It's not black magic. It's not any of that stuff. It's if you're getting black magic, it's because your subconscious agreed to that contract to allow it to work. Right? You have the power to take that back, and then you have the power to fight it, but you have to choose. And it's every choice point. As Susan said, you have to choose to heal. The energies are always available for you to heal. And, you know, I hate these ones that are out there that are telling you, well, it's, you know, the 1010 portal and all this is automatically going to happen. No, it's not. The energies are there at the portal for it to happen. However, you have to choose to accept to want to heal. And if you choose not to, well, guess what? You go back on the karmic hamster wheel again, and your subconscious is going to write more contracts. So, you know, I don't want to get too much into this, but I think you guys all get the idea. You have choice points every day in life, thousands of them, and you can choose which side, left side or right side, you want to go to, and the universe is going to support you in either way with either experience. Choose to heal, choose to feel, choose to get, into the wheel of fortune. So Brianna's asking, is she pregnant? We generally don't like to answer that. I'll just see what the universe says. The universe does what the universe wants. And like I say, we do this one for entertainment purposes. And the universe is being cryptic as well. It says anything is possible. So the universe don't want to answer it either. So that's the best I can get you, Brianna. Generally, we don't look at pregnancies or serious illnesses through cards. It's not really the way to do it. You have to go in through positivity and not through any sort of negativity that something is bad going to happen, because you're going to start to manifest it yourself, because your subconscious is going to see it. So we try to stay away from that.
I was saying, so she ran into him and it brought it up. So we're not on a linear, we're basically on a spiral. So it's like that peeling that onion. So we're constantly moving to a higher level. Doesn't mean we're not going to be revisited by something that we thought we healed from, because even me and Larry, we still have stuff that comes up.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's a matter of the further you get along and the more gifts you come into and your more awareness, your discernment, like it's with a relationship. Like once I realized it was affecting my kids and he was like sitting on top of the couch, I was pushing up. Like if that other person's not trying to work on themselves or do anything, then But yes, when you run into these people, or all those feelings will come rushing back. It's confusing because it's the universe saying, okay, here it is again. Have you healed from this? Are you ready to move on from it? Like, why, this is coming up for a reason, Wendy, to make sure that you're processing those emotions and letting it go. Or, are they bringing that back for that person to come back into your life? So just trust your discernment and feel into it and surrender to it. If they keep bringing them back, there might be a reason. There's something that still needs to be healed. Okay. So really feel into that and just release it.
And keep on saying that intention to heal whatever that trauma is between you and this other soul, because you've probably had thousands of lifetimes of the same trauma repeating over and over again, and you want to keep doing it. And so by setting the intention, you set the wheels in motion for that to start to heal. And so things will come into your awareness because you've decided.
Well, and be gentle with yourself. Okay. It's about choice. If you want to go back into something, there's no right or wrong. Sometimes we're going to get options like between like a twin or a soulmate or whatever Kingdom of South. Get out of the mindset of whatever the technicality of the name is. That's your ego. It's a matter of, does this person resonate? Are they aligned with me? Are they, if you're into God, believing in God, are they at least on the spiritual path? Are they starting to heal themselves? Are they starting to take their diet seriously? Are they getting more healthy? Are they awake to what's going on with all this fear tactics? Just be aware of that and mindful of what you want to deal with and your discernment. And it comes down to you. You have choice. You have choice in this matter. You can pick from whatever it is you want to tolerate. So just trust the universe is going to bring it in, and know that if you say no to something, there's going to be something else that comes in, and it's trusting. Okay. You're welcome.
Yeah. Wonderful advice. Wonderful advice.
Yeah. So be happy with yourself, and we have to be happy with ourselves and give ourselves that self-care and love and do fun things and spend time with our friends and really work on ourselves. And that's really going to bring someone that's in a higher alignment with you. Okay. So that's why you see some relationships and they're very insecure and they come together, and even you can see like a masculine that's more in their feminine energy and a female that's more in their masculine, and they attract. It's all about where you are on that journey, and you're going to attract what is meant for you and that lesson. And it's just a matter of whether you want to stay there or whether you want to grow.
Yeah, it's choice. Spirit doesn't care if you decide you want to go through the same hamster wheel of karma over and over again, because you chose that path. And Spirit say, okay, maybe they want to explore more of that experience that they didn't get to explore at a deeper level. And then when you finally have experienced everything you could imagine you could experience in that trauma-based thing, your soul will force you to heal in a certain extent. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna have a tantrum, and you're gonna say no more. Right? It always happens. No more. How much more pain can I take? And when you do, that's the choice, and then the universe supports you in that choice.
Yeah, some questions over here. Yeah, just trust your discernment, trust the journey, trust you're being led where you need to be, and what's coming up is coming up for you to learn. As well as on both sides, like Divine Feminine has to work on her karmic and her past life stuff, and the divine feminine masculine has to work on that. So it's all about choices. They have to overcome a lot of that karmic stuff on their own. You can't save your person. You can only save yourself. So just keep working on you. All right. So, oh, you're welcome. People pleasing. Yeah. Catherine, will me and Carlos work things out. Okay. And then I think I have another one. My fiance passed unexpectedly and I initially felt presence. No, don't. Will she return? Okay. All right. We'll do some of those as well. All right. So let's get to this first one with Catherine. Will Carlos and her work things out. Wow.
And while she's pulling that question, Susan does do some mediumship. So perhaps if you want a little bit deeper of a read on that after she gives you the light one, reach out to her because her gifts for mediumship have been coming in. It's not something I do. It's just not at my interest level. But it's something that's been coming in for Susan.
Yeah, so the last couple of people have been coming through. All right, so then the answer is yes. Yes, you and Carlos will work things out. So it's a matter of staying positive and making sure they're working on their end as well. We get a couple of cards, and then I'm going to do some of the mediumship for Cheeky Mama. Oh, wow. So, Catherine, there's some hidden pain, all right? So there's some healing that's going on, all right? So try not to judge too much, I'm getting. Have feelings. So there could be some other people that are involved, and this could be work related too. They've just never met anyone like you. Okay, so they're just trying to figure this out. They are feeling you're the only one. They are taking their anger out. So this is healing that they need to do. All right. So this is teaching you to, and the universe sometimes will block people too. So if he needs to do that healing, trust that. Do you want someone taking their anger out on you, or do you want the universe to pull them away to do that healing so they can come back to you? So they feel a little bit broken. So they're definitely doing some healings, and your abilities scare them. So they know that you are more of an empath, and that scares them. So they are afraid to show the real you. So that means they have a mask on. And what that means is that you want them to do the healing. So surrender it. Either that's a karmic trying to teach you a lesson and it'll come back and use your discernment. Or that is just someone you'll know when they come back whether they're trying to work on their healing or not. Excellent. Yeah, people pleasing. All right, so fiance, pass for heroes. My fiance passed away. All right, let's see what messages we want to come through. So let me know if that resonates for you. So if anything's getting pulled away from you, there's a reason that person needs to do some healing and you need to let them go and do that healing. So we're going to do these talking to heaven or pass for heroes. My fiance passed away. Well, initially, when they pass over, they will be connected to you. So they're probably still around you. Just trust that. They'll give you signs. All right. What is your fiance's name? Pass me on. All right. You're welcome. And then I think Lynn has a question. All right. Let's see what your person has to say. And I'm sorry for your loss. 9-1. All right, so they're letting you know that they were met by so many loving people on the other side. Okay, I see all of your thoughts. So they're with you. They're around you. They want you to know that you have nothing to feel guilty about. All right, so let go, forgive. Whatever happened. We all have soul contracts, so whatever is meant to happen is meant to happen. And they want you to know that you're never alone. They're always around you. So whether you feel them or not, they're always around you. All right. You might be just going through your grieving process and sometimes when you're not open to it, as well as they're in their process of where their soul is right now. So remember me by the happy memories they created. So just trust everything happens for a reason. That person's still probably on the other side guiding you, and trust that, they're saying you're never alone. So they're with you. And anyone who has a soul contract with you is usually around at these. We don't really die. We're just on a different timeline. We're in a different space. So they are. Oh, okay, Heather. Okay. They are on the other side. So sometimes they are soul contracted to help you more on the other side. So you really need to trust that. And Lynn, Lynn, is my relationship with Rashid going to start to improve? You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, I can tell you right now, you have to get in the mental clarity that it will improve, Lynn. All right, so get into that. So I'm getting the answers yes and not. So you're kind of going back and forth with it. You're not trusting it, okay? So it is a yes, but you're mentally in the no, Okay, so make sure you're getting out of that and knowing that you're trusting that it will work out. Okay, so again, we are the creators of our reality. It will come up, whatever we need to know. All right, so let's see it. Pull a card on where is Rashid and his mental. It looks like he's just exhausted. And this could be you too. So he needs some time. Maybe some secrets are coming out. Something he's withholding from you. He has like a mask on, so he needs to go within and heal this, okay? He's not being his authenticity right now, but he is looking for you. He does miss you. And he's just questioning where do you go from here? So give him some time, all right? And then on top it says, can we work this out? Second chance recovery. So he's going to want to come in for the second chance. So just trust that. Give him this healing time and know that he is working on that. He's just a little confused and exhausted at this time. So he's getting pulled away to do some healing, as well as you might be too. You are welcome.
I'm going to pull one last collective here. This is from the Soul Helper Oracle. What does the collective need to know right now, Spirit? What will help them in their path?
Mm-hmm. Hey, Manny, how are
you? I'm not doing that many, Spirit. It's been trying to give me bunches. And I know we got a lot of problems, but let's start with a focus on the one or two. Hey, I got them right here. 3. How to get one word in. All right, so this is basically what we've been saying all throughout this whole collective reading today, this whole live. Awaken all your senses. Spirit is saying, look at that little, I don't know if that's a fairy or a dragon, could be a little bit of both, but it's time to just see what you're not seeing, because you notice it's all dark, but there's that light and her eyes are closed because she's seeing it within herself. Nature's calling you. Right? Get out there and ground. There's a lot of crazy energy out there right now. And the lotus within you awakes. And so for people who are watching, you are starting to get into your spiritual journey. You are starting to awaken. Allow it to happen. Allow it to flow. Get out there in nature and ground, because as you do that, that magic within is going to start coming out. So those are your words of encouragement for today.
Yeah, trust where you're being led. Everything's happening for you, not to you. So if there is something coming in your outer experience, whether it's family, friends, karma, that you feel there's negativity, you might have to just put your boundaries up and just do some protection. But you have to trust they're just projecting their issues. So it's a matter of you being an empath and protecting yourself and not taking on anything that's not yours. Okay, we're here to help, but we are not, like, the biggest thing on this journey is to not overgive to people that suck your energy, which is the narcissists, those people that just don't want to do the healing. You can't keep giving to people that are sucking your energy. It's just going to deplete you and you're going to be exhausted. Okay, that's why a lot of people get sick and like fibromyalgia. They're people pleasers. They won't stop saying no to people. I know, like, I've seen people where they're like on the cheer field and they're like, I'm on my computer, I'm still working, I'm important. Like, this is not the mentality. We are moving into that age of Aquarius, which is not that 9 to 5. We are into that more Aquarius of aligning and having things come to us. Okay, so it's a hard change for people and their mentality to start slowing down and meditating and getting more into their gifts as well as their purpose. So a lot of people are getting led right now into their gifts and slowing down. So just trust everything's happening to you, and whatever's getting taken away is just stuff that is not meant for you. So just try and know that you need to get out of your own way.
So I hope this is all resonating. Please make sure you like, follow, share, and subscribe. That's what we do ask when you get a card. Donations are absolutely wonderful. Not required, but we do like it because that's how we make our money these days. And like I said, if you're looking for your own personal reading or activation, healing, please reach out to whichever one of us resonates, right? We don't care which one. It's, you have to feel into yourself, whose energy do you resonate with, whose message do you resonate with, and then go with that, go within, because you're going to be attracted to certain people, and then you know what, sooner or later you move on because you've now gotten what you needed out of that person. You've gotten the codes, and you go to the next person with the next set of codes. And don't try to second guess yourself on that. Just allow.
It's hard, but it's tough to get into that journey, so just trust it. I want to learn how to heal Rashid. I feel his hurt. Okay, so Lynn, I know our tendency is to want to help our family members, but you cannot do the work for them. Okay, mother, father, sister, brother, your own kids, they have to do the work, and family, or even friends. So I know you love him, and that's part of the twin journey where it gets us down to that toxic trait is we're like, oh, we can help them. Oh, we're going to do this. Oh, we're going to save them. No, you save yourself, and you have to give them the space. This is the universe saying you have to trust. If he's the right person for you, then trust his guides will heal him and they will bring him back. If he's meant to come back into your life. Okay. So as much as you feel his hurt and you are that empath, you can't do it for him.
Because nope, you cannot solve.
Well, and here's the thing. You don't want, I know I've had this asked, like, someone asked me whether I was doing a spell on him or whatever. And no, I don't want anyone that doesn't want me. And no one wants to do this kind of spells, nor do you want to do that other work for someone else, because how are they going to learn and get into their gifts and step into their power if they're not choosing it and you're doing it for them? It's the same thing with your kids. We help them along the journey, but sometimes they have to make their own decisions. They have to learn on their own, okay? Because that empowers them. All right. So it's the same thing with if you don't trust your divine masculine and to step into his power, I mean, how are you going to come together? How are you going to respect that? And how's he going to respect himself too? He's stepping into it. He's doing it and he's doing the work for himself. Okay. So trust that, know that. And that's more empowering for him and you don't want to take that away from him either.
No more truer words have been said. You have to just worry about yourself, let them worry about themselves, and allow the things to happen as they're meant to happen.
What did I learn? I listened to something where the femmes are really learning the patience and the trusting, where the divine masculines are learning that karmic lessons of all those people to step into their power and to trust. They're getting bombarded by so many avenues of people trying to hold them back and family members and certain things that they have to bust out of that themselves. So trust that and know that. Hello. Yes, teenagers are back, but yeah, so just trust that they're and it's part of their journey too. So don't take that away from them, okay? And they're going to feel so empowered and awesome once they feel like they've stepped into that and they realized, oh crap, like I've been putting up with these people trying to control me and take my power away and take my energy. But everyone has their different, learning things that they're supposed to be down here for. So trust that. And yours is clearly to set those boundaries and not to be trying to do it for them.
And guess what? If he chooses not to heal, then he chooses not to heal, and he'll have to cycle another lifetime. Maybe you will too, if that's what your path is about. But it doesn't mean you're not going to have anybody in this lifetime, because there's multiple options available to you as you're open to them. If you're not open to them, well, guess what? Door's closed. You're creating your own reality. And so just allow for that reality that he can heal, and that there's also others available for you that can put you into the place that you want to be in that relationship. You want to be in that happiness that you want to be. So if you have both of those two thoughts in your mind, then both are potentials. But if you have everybody who's potentially in there shut out and only focusing on that one person, well, guess what? That door is shut until he decides to open it. And if he does, then, okay, maybe, but by that time you may be so closed off and your heart may be so closed off that option is closed too. So stay out of the focus and the attachment of that outcome, and stay more into the attachment of the outcome that you're going to heal enough that you're going to become so magnetic that he'll choose to heal on his own, because he'll want to be with you for the right reasons, not for the wrong.
And she's saying, why do I feel so insecure about our relationship when he's hurting?
And that's a problem.
Like it's my fault. I have lots of options. I'm just drawn. Well, so that's part of the twin. That's part of this egoic thing that we have to, it's a big loop we have to all beat out. And it's the early one. So we're going to have those karmic, those toxic twins that come in. They're testing you, and it's teaching you to get more secure with yourself. So you need to, secure is your root chakra. You need to start working on your root chakra. That is your security, and get grounded.
Inner child abandonment, self-worth, and rejection wounds All of those, I do have some light language healings on there. Susan can do a Reiki for you if you're looking for, to start clearing some of that energetics out. Susan can do that with a personal healing. I can do that with a personal light language, but it's never going to be one and done. We'll help you a little bit. We'll balance things out, but you're going to have to go in and really do the work, right? You can't keep on looking externally for a solution. We can provide you the guidance, the comfort, the ability to kind of level things off and help you get into that space, but you have to choose to really work on it at a deep level, right? You have to connect in and get it at a deep level. And if you do, we're here to help you along the way, to help kind of push the energetics around that allow you to take those aspects of yourself that don't want you to heal, to allow you to start healing. And that's kind of where we fit in from a spiritual perspective. We're able to help you start moving into that place by kind of taking some of the stuff that's really pushing you away and preventing you from healing to actually allowing you to start to heal yourself.
Well, and the other part too is, so Larry, definitely confirmation on all that he said. But it's also a lot of the females, it's more of that codependency, whereas some of the guys have almost like sex addictions, alcohol addictions, different things. So everyone has different things. So they're working on. So just trust that codependency, that you're feeling codependency, that is something you have to heal within you. Okay. And then it's that, like Larry said, trusting yourself, and you will be bringing in the right person. And once you do that healing, he will either come back to you or he won't, depending on where he is on his journey. And you have to really trust that. Okay. So the universe will give you someone better, or that, someone that's more aligned with you, or he will come back if he's working on his journey. Maggie Marie said, please read me. Do you have a question? We can do one per person. You're welcome. Just know it's always triggering. And I know, like, even on the journey where you're like sending these texts and you're like waiting for a response, or you're waiting for them to do this, those are all triggerings. And that chasing, you never want to be in that chasing. You have to get out of that chasing. Okay. Because that chasing is, you're saying to the universe, I don't deserve this. I have to keep going at this. So they're going to keep giving you that toxicity until you realize that you step back and you're like, I deserve better. I'm not chasing anyone. It's going to come to me. Okay.
Exactly.
What was your question? Oh, Brooke Sweeney, how are you? Thank you. You're welcome. Please read me. Let me know what your question is. Larry, I can jump in. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. So there's a reason we're on here. There's a reason for us to be helping you. So if you're being guided here, you're meant to get these messages. Your guides are coming through because some of you guys are struggling. So that's why we're here. That's why you're getting called to get help. And don't let anyone push you into a fear tactic or tell you there's only one way to heal. There's only one way to do something. Everyone's journey is different, and we are not to judge where anyone is on their journey. Just we have to protect ourselves from some people that are projecting their issues onto others and they're not doing the healing. Okay. Like send them love and light, and just save your energy for yourself, or back away and let them learn their lessons. And there's people that'll get pulled away to learn their lessons. Okay. And that's what it is. I've been getting shown that there's people getting pulled away. I cannot do and help them. They have to get their karma. Okay. They have to get their karma. And I have family members that have to get pulled away to get their karma. And I'm not to get intervene or jump in there, because then I will get some of it, which is not meant for me. You
don't want to take anybody else's karma away from them, because in the end, it doesn't help them, because they're still going to have to solve it themselves. Mm-hmm. And all you do is add more to your own self.
So it's the same thing with divine counterparts and love interests. You will be separated when your time to heal, and that they have to deal with their own karma. D, is there a reason Steve has not called me for my birthday yet? Oh, all right, Brick Sweeney.
Well, happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday. Yikes. How well does Steve really mean to you? They're saying there's a reason. Let's try and find out what the reason is. What is going on with Steve? Now I'm interested. What's going on with Steve? Is he just being rude, or what's going on? This keeps coming out, some hidden pain. So he must be dealing with something right now that's distracting him. Letting you go is the hardest thing to do. I can't get you out of their head. Okay, so they think they made a terrible decision. They went the wrong way.
Yeah, I pulled a card too, and it says, "You may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there's always a higher purpose to the events in
Yeah.
your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed." So
Right.
perhaps he didn't respond, but perhaps somebody else did.
And it says falling for you was never part of the plan. So I think they're questioning things right now. They might not be doing it for a reason. So let them work through whatever it is. We can never want someone to. I know I had a friend that just didn't believe in birthdays, and that's why they never sent messages. But everyone's different, and then that's a need too. We're expecting when we text someone and we want that response, or we expect to have a happy birthday from someone we care about, all right, and we're taking it negatively, it's triggering us. So what is that triggering? Do you really need that person to say happy birthday to you, or can you know that you're important enough that if they're not doing that, then that's on them, okay? Because if anyone's withholding saying a simple happy birthday, what does that say about them? It's really simple to send a text and have compassion for someone and say happy birthday, whether you're together or not, or whether you're fighting with someone or not. Just be aware, because a lot of people, it's manipulative either way, whether they're not responding or they are responding. So use your discernment. He said he had to work today, so maybe he'll send it to you later.
Well, obviously he said something. So if he had to work, if he could say he had to work, how could he not say happy birthday in the same breath?
And that
To
could
me,
be a controlled narcissistic tactic too. So be aware of that. Really read into that, because narcissists like to ruin birthdays. They like to ruin holidays. They like to ruin a lot of things, and that's a
vacations.
Larry and I had like 20 years with narcissists, so we know.
Yes.
I know them very well. And I see them coming from a mile away, and I thought, fuck to the no.
Yep. So true.
That is a lesson to learn. But yeah, I mean, it can say happy birthday later. Maybe he genuinely is busy, just, you got to feel into the energy. But frankly, it's not that difficult to send a text message.
No, he obviously said something, because, I always say this, do their actions align with their words? And if they're not in alignment, well, what does that tell you, right? It tells you everything. They're showing you exactly who they are, but you're having a cognitive dissonance because you're feeling less worthy. And so you're willing to accept an explanation that's not really plausible, because it's something you want so badly, because you feel inside yourself that you're not worth something better. But you should know inside yourself that you are worth something better, and you are worth somebody whose actions and words align you. Now, so if all of a sudden you come home and or you go somewhere and there's a surprise party, okay, it's a whole different ball game than that was just a ploy. But like I said, it doesn't seem like it at this point. But let us know. If that did happen, we'd like to know. We'd like to know. Hey, wait, this guy was a really good one.
And she said she was married 20 years to a narcissist, kind of healing. Yeah. So we've all been there. It's a trauma bond. It's hard, but we will experience that. And once you even get rid of that person, I've had friends that are narcissists. So you really be tested. I have family members that were narcissists I had to cut off. So just be aware of that. And not only that, some of us had a mother that was a narcissist, and that's why we felt comfortable getting into those marriages. And it was a experience that we had to feel and overcome. So just trust that. That might be something you need to heal within, and that's why I didn't jump into dating after. Just, you need to really do a lot of healing and trust yourself, okay? And trauma bond is not easy to break. It's exhausting.
It's comfortable. Trauma is comfortable because that's all you know. And most of us, that's all you've known in your life is trauma. And so to move out of that trauma, to move out of that person that's beating you down, that's deriding you and doing all that stuff, you don't know how to react when you have somebody that's actually building you up, that's supporting you, that's following you, that's helping you at every turn when you're having your disaster. And so you don't gravitate towards it. Why? Because you still have more healing to do, to realize that what's healthy for you, you're not going for. And why are you not going for it? Because you have trauma on your own that is keeping you comfortable. And it's like moving a house, right? Nobody wants to move a house. Why? Because it's so uncomfortable. There's so much change. There's so many things that happen on so many different levels. So we'll stay in the most miserable place. There could be pipes draining, in the ceiling and the ceiling falling down because the landlord's not fixing it, but because this is our home and we had our kids there or whatever it was, we don't want to leave. It's the same with marriages, right? You don't want to leave that marriage even though it's a disaster, because it's more comfortable, because society says it's better to just stay in the trauma and allow the kids to grow up. When you're effectively just traumatizing the kids with your own traumatic behavior and you're showing them that. And so it's hard, right? I'm not going to say it's easy. We don't want to tell you that it's easy, because that's just, lying. And again, our words would not be in, the same alignment as our actions. You just have to, go within. You got to start healing one step at a time, even if it's a millimeter at a time. And you move back a half a millimeter, you're still moving forward slowly, but you just have to be persistent, right? Persistence is what the universe looks for. They want to see the key of you choosing at each turn to keep moving forward and healing yourself. And as you do, gradually things will get better, but there's going to be some darkness before that dawn, because there's a lot of things that are trying to keep you in trauma. Your friends are trying to keep you in trauma because they all have contracts. Family has contracts, and the darkness will use everything possible to sway you back into the trauma, because they don't want the earth to get lighter. They don't want you to get lighter. They don't want you to be in your own energy and your own power. And so you just have to, persevere. It's going to get better, but it may take some time, and don't expect any healing to be night and day, because anybody who promises you that is just promising you an illusion. It's one day at a time, and just focus on yourself. Don't focus on anybody, because it's the only thing you can really work on. But as you work on yourself, your energy then works on other people. And like the frequency wave. You ever seen that guy with the little TikToks that move back and forth and they clack, and everything moves into the same frequency because it's attracting that frequency and it's pulling things to the, it takes the higher level, pulls a little bit down until they find a little bit of a median. But the key is to find that median. And as you become more brighter, then the person next to you that's always around you that maybe needs that help to move brighter starts to move up a little bit, and then they pull somebody else up. And, pretty soon you have a lighter area, lighter society. And that's what you have to attain. And how do you do that? By focusing on yourself, not focusing on anybody, not trying to be Mother Teresa. You cannot save the world. You can save yourself, and as you save yourself, you save the world.
Well, and that's why our energy is holding space for you guys. We're in the higher alignment, and it just means we're here to hold your space, to bring you into that energy, help you heal. But, we also have to have that, even if we help one person or two people in a day, that's enough. I'm not here to get 1,000 likes or 1,000 people. Hopefully eventually over time we're helping that many, but you just have to be okay with just helping one person a day, and frankly yourself. You have to help yourself. It's like, put that oxygen mask on yourself. You have to do the healing. So sometimes even when we're on this journey, we have to take breaks and take time for ourselves and go into hermit mode to make sure we're aligning and we're staying with healing ourselves, because it can get overwhelming helping other people. And, we can have our own things that are going on, as well as, our own upgrades that we have to take time to let them assimilate to our bodies and adjust before we start helping others. So it's just the way this is. Oh, great, Lynn, we helped you out. So yeah, that's why we're here, to help. And hopefully this resonates and it's helping you step into your path and have confidence that everything's happening for a reason, and just trust it, okay? And not to be so focused on the other person or that victim mentality of that everything's happening to you. No, it's happening for you. Just trust it. But, feel into your emotions. What's it trying to show you that needs to be healed or brought up to be shown, to be released, so you can step into that higher part of yourself.
Yeah, and for those of you who have watched or have watched part of it but would like to see the full bit with some of our activations, the light language, the replay will be available. It's going to be up on YouTube on most likely my Twin Flame channel, Silverfox Spiritual-Twin Flame. I sometimes will put it on my regular main spiritual channel because it gets more views, a lot more subscribers to my light language channel. However, you can re-listen to the light language portion as well as the Reiki and activation portion, and you're going to get that same healing over and over again. So it can help peel some layers every time you listen to it. Is always going to give you something new. And like I say, don't forget to reach out if you're looking for your own personal healing. We can help you move on to that path. Sometimes it just takes a reading to give yourself enough clarity to understand what it is that's blocking, what it is that is keeping you stuck, and what are the energies around you that maybe you just need to be more aware of. And, they're not expensive. Readings start at $10 and, move upwards. The full reading, which is both of us do, is going to be a deep one. It's going to tell you a lot about what the energies are around you, and some words of guidance. You'll be able to ask questions and such. The mini reads, you don't get too many questions. It's more of, here's what's the energies around you. Same with what's blocking love and messages from your person in separation. But the full one can really give you a lot, and it's done in person, meaning through either Zoom or phone, however you want to do it. And it can be really powerful to help you understand what it is that you need to heal. And, what are a few of the steps, and what are some of the pitfalls to avoid, right? It's always nice to know that there's, a sandbar in the ocean, that you're flying over the boat, a speedboat at 100 miles an hour, or there's a speed bump in the road and you're going 50 miles an hour and boom, there goes your front end, right? So sometimes it's know when to slow down, when to avoid, when to turn, and those can help you with that. And then when you're ready for the true healing, that's the Reiki and the light language, which are going to start to remove some of the old and stagnant energies out of you, and to start getting you to be aware of the things that you really need to start really getting deep into. So hopefully that helps people.
I've been actually on for almost 2 hours. That's good.
Yeah. A lot of people today. It's a Sunday. I think Sundays are it's better because it's a weekend, and we can reach a lot more people, and a lot more people have time because it's more of a slow day generally, especially when the shore is done.
Yeah. Well, I think, we should try maybe a Friday night too, but let's see.
Yeah.
All right. Anyone else have any questions? I think I have one person. Lynn, question mark. Yes, that's probably why my current boyfriend is paranoid. I don't know. I mean, I think it's just whatever he's processing, whatever he's going through. A lot of us had some narcissistic parent that caused whatever it is, but just know that whatever happened for a reason, for you to learn these experiences. So we came down here to learn certain experiences, so that's why the universe is to bring in those experiences for us. So I know we don't learn through happiness or joy, we learn through pain. So that's part of the journey. And Earth School is basically, Earth is the only one where we can experience a lot of these emotions, and as much as it's hard and it's a roller coaster, we came down here for this. So you got to really ride through them. It's not always fun, but there are some, with every low there is some high points, so you really have to enjoy each aspect of it. Question mark. Did you have another question, Lynn? I don't know whether you have question marks, but otherwise we're going to wrap it up. Larry will be posting. I'm going to learn how to post on my
Yeah. Did you do this through the phone or through the computer?
I did this through the phone. I need to start doing it through the computer because that way I can do it easier, right? Yeah. So maybe I'll try that for Monday nights. Yeah. Yeah,
because it's going to be a few hundred meg. For 2 hours you're probably looking at a gig worth of data that you're going to have to download to then post.
No, but I'm going to just start doing some just readings and on there too, and just start posting, do easy stuff.
So please give everybody your YouTube address and spell it out for them so that they know.
So it's Susanmolineux, and this one's 888. It's 4 8s on there, so the same one as this, but 4 8s, and then Susan Teresa website, and then Mindset Reset on Instagram. So reach out, as well as check out Larry's YouTube. He's got tons of light languages that are already set up there that you can already listen to. I already posted a bunch on not full Reiki, but each individual chakra that you can get on and listen to. So take advantage of some of those freebies, and then reach out to us for anything personally that you might need help, guidance from
and
your
make sure you subscribe to her channel, because in order for her to go live, she's going to need to have enough subscribers. So make sure you subscribe and share to everybody else. All her every one of your links is in your Susan Teresa account,
Yeah,
right?
the links are in there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So all the links are at our Susan Teresa website, so make sure you go there, visit it, maybe make an order or two. If you're into the light language and the healing from light language, come to my Silverfox spiritual channel. That is one of the largest libraries of light language in this world. That's out there for free. I do personal ones. These are the ones on the channel are very deep, and there are also ones that you're not going to see from anybody else in light language, because I look at things from a different perspective than many of the light language ones. I don't do a lot of chakra balancing. I do some heart opening, but most of it are really deep spiritual stuff that are going to, get you down and dirty to help that healing really happen. And if you feel guided, I do personal light language as well. I get wonderful reviews from that light language, as does Susan with her Reiki. I've yet to meet a person that hasn't said it was life-changing when they got a Reiki from Susan. So make sure you reach out. Make sure you share. I see my meter, the share this please, has moved up by at least 11 today, which is great. I appreciate that from every one of you. I like my little temperature gauge. I might put, might have a contest at one point. If somebody can share enough, maybe I'll include a free light language or a free reading. Maybe we could do a contest to see who can move that meter, the most. We'll think about it, and we thank everybody who's sat here for the entirety of it. If you only sat for a portion, that's great too. You got what you needed and took care of it from there. So have a wonderful weekend. Hopefully Mondays, I know Monday's going to be brighter because you're going to wake up, and guess what? The sun is going to be shining no matter how dark and gloomy it is today.
All right, well, we'll see you guys. So tomorrow night, Monday, will be on 8 p.m. So pay attention to when we hop on. Bye, loves.
Cheers.